What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Daily Refinement. It has been a while. I have been working on my business, and I just want to come on today and talk to you guys about reselling work-life balance. And I want to go over a few different topics, and I want to revisit the roots of my channel. So when I first started to create my channel, I was really just documenting building a reselling store. I was curious, can you resell for a living? Can you resell, create a company? Could you have a passive income business? And all those things are possible. Not as passive as one would like, but it's definitely possible to have people run your business for you. During my journey, I have found awesome opportunities working directly with the companies themselves. I've had opportunities to host and co-host reseller events, and I've met thousands of people who do this for a living. So I am very, very grateful for the opportunity to have met so many cool people reselling. I just want to start off with that. Um, but what I really want to do and why I have this channel beyond just being documenting my journey, what's up, Tino, is I want to be as useful as possible. So I heard this quote, I can't remember who said it, but it says it's an abundance of information leads to a scarcity of attention. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have too many videos where you guys can't absorb information, or I don't want to go off topic. I don't want to be dramatic. All I want to do is be useful, help you guys do economic empower families, which is what I want. So, if you want to get something, you give something. I want to give you what I've been working on over the past month or so, and hopefully it's useful for you guys in your business. And I just want to go over sort of the 7 to 10 things that I've been working on in my reselling business. I think a lot of people focus on the wrong things when you're trying to build up or scale or grow. And I'm going to share my ideas with you guys, and I have a few dilemmas on my side. So if you guys have any input, please message me, Chris@dailyrefinement.com. I am going to be more active on my forum, which is free. It's just at my website. Just go to the forum. You can chat with other resellers who do the same thing as us. Okay, so I'm going to get straight into the things that I think that really, really matter. And just you guys can listen. Give me your feedback on what you think of these things. The first thing is going to be buying. So buying is the most fun part. It's the most challenging. You make your money when you buy things. It's very powerful, and a lot of people get stuck at this part of it. This is just the beginning part. If you don't know what to buy, I have videos on the top categories to sell in. I have there are tons and tons of haul videos if you want to see what other people are selling for, or you can check out my stores are public, or some of them are public at Daily Refinement on eBay, on Mercari, on Poshmark, on TradeZ, on different websites, Amazon. I'm just, I share some things with the public and some things I don't, but most of my stuff is pretty transparent. You can take a look for yourself. Buying is important, but there's so many other things behind it. In fact, when I'm starting to meet more and more 6 and 7 figure sellers, because that's where I want to go, I want a 7-figure e-commerce business. So I'm trying to surround myself with people who already have that. Okay, so that's why I've been really quiet, because there's not really that many people who do that. They're hard to reach, and you need to be doing really well yourself, or they will not respond back to you. Like if you send them a message and you're not doing well yourself, they're just going to ignore you. So I'm trying to up my game so I can really talk to these people who are really killing. Okay, so once you have your buying set, which is what most larger sellers have figured out, wholesale or liquidation or closeout, or they're thrifting, or they paid off managers, or they've figured out some way to get reliable inventory coming in. Here are the other ones that I want to talk about today shortly. If you guys have any feedback, again, email me, and so we can get this discussion going. Okay, after buying, I'm going to give a roadmap, and then I'm going to talk about each one individually. So you have sorting and repairing. So this might be items come in, you sort them, redonate, fix, ready to list, right? And there's some may go to Amazon, some may go to eBay. It just depends, right? You get to sort your items as soon as you get them. That part takes a lot of time. People don't really factor that into your business. So if you don't, you need to have a written procedure for every single one of these things I'm talking about today. And that's what I am doing right now. That's why I've been missing, because I just recognized that people who have a written procedure for all these things usually net 6 figures or more, because There's no thinking, there's no wasting time. They can hand it up to somebody else and they can do it for them. And again, things are going to fall through the cracks like always. And the analogy that I heard was, if you're pushing an apple cart and an apple falls off once in a while, it's fine. But you just don't want to have the foundation of your apple cart suck so that it tips over, because trying to repair it is really, really hard. So I, it's just really important to think about your time. Like I was looking at a lot of the people who are in my group who are telling me the processes that they're doing. And if you add up all the time in their business, they're making less than $10 an hour, which is not good. If you're going to work for yourself, try to aim a little bit higher, because it is very hard to work for yourself, to do all your accounting, all your taxes. You're responsible for everything that you do. My channel is going to shift a little bit more to that corporate type of field, as I talk about different kinds of ways for tax strategies, et cetera, as I try to grow my business to that level. That's what those people talk about. I joined a $500 a month mastermind to see what millionaires talk about, and they talk about wealth preservation. So I'm actually not in that. I'm not making enough money to preserve wealth. Like I don't have seven figures of money to protect, right? So I got to get there. But that's what they talk about. That's what they focus on. And I don't know if you guys are in the same position as me, but my biggest expense is tax. So that's where I'm spending the majority of my time, is trying to figure out how to reduce that tax liability. Okay, next is photography. Photography, I think, is one of the more straightforward versions of your company. If you sell some platforms, you don't even need to take your own photos. So photography is something you should just set and forget. My recommendation is do it right the first time, because I have hundreds of different, I literally have 100 lighting kits from different companies sending it to me. Just buy the best one that you can afford and the one that you're going to use, and one that you don't have to set up and it's a burden. It's better to have a dedicated space that's not as professional than a professional one that you never set up. So just create a dedicated photography space. Trust me, it's very important, very easy to not have a dedicated photography space. And then all your pictures in your store are going to look different. And that's not going to be a good system. Trust me, you want all your photos in your store to look the same. I do think there's the ability to show some style in your photographs, but again, as a customer, I just want clean, clear photographs of what I'm buying. And research has shown most buyers want that. It depends on what you're selling, but I think it doesn't have to be white background, but it has to be bright and clean so customers can understand what you're buying. Okay, next one is describing and grading. Okay, this is tough. Like if you look at Tina's store, or any of the sellers who sell pre-owned goods at scale, it is very difficult to describe your items properly, right? That's why you'll see a few of the stores that I follow have, this is incredible. One of the stores I'm following right now has 50,000 listings. They write a 3-sentence custom description on every item and all 12 photos. That is incredible. 50,000 plus listings, 3 sentences describing the item, all 12 photos. Like that is an incredible experience you're providing the buyer. Like I saw that and I was thinking, wow, I'm really bush league. Like, some, you guys know I'm notorious for, originally I just put pre-owned as a description because I didn't, like, I was like, it doesn't matter. People can see my photographs and they'll be able to make a decision. But I will tell you that does work, right? But it's not the optimal way to do it. What's up, Ron? It's definitely, this goes to show, like, you don't have to be big and also have short descriptions. You can be big and have long descriptions. You can do everything perfectly and be big. So you don't have to sacrifice quality for quantity. You just have to have really good systems. This is why I'm trying to grow myself so that I can actually talk to people who are doing 7 and 8 figures, because right now it's like, they're not letting me into that room. So I'm really trying to grow myself. Okay, next thing is listing. Right, listing is pretty straightforward, right? Depending if you're multi-platform. If you look at the big guys at eBay Open, most of them sell on 10 or more platforms. That's very difficult, right? Most of the time you have to be selling brand new items in order to do that. And you have to have replenishables, because there's no point listing on 10 platforms if you only have 2 of them, because what if it sells on 4 platforms? Then it's very difficult. So most of the big guys that I met at eBay Open, that sell on more than 10 websites, 99% of their inventory is new. The only pre-owned that they're selling is returns. Everything else, and that's a great place for eBay. Everything else is going on multi-platform. Okay, the next one is reconciling sales. So I don't know if you guys know this, but this is one of the best tips I can give you. I actually cannot print a label to ship an item right now without updating the accounting. I've like blocked myself from not knowing my numbers. I have to know I can't. Before I print my label, I update my accounting, and that has really brought some clarity into my business because I can't put it off. Some people are like, oh, I want to be up to date once a month. Some people are like, oh, I only do once a year. I don't want that. I don't even want once a week. I want every day. I want every transaction. I love that level of clarity. I don't know if you guys follow Pat Flynn. He has like a ticker on his website for how much money he's made. I want that. I want to say, this is how much money you made. This is how much money you owe the IRS. This is how much money is going in your savings account. I want a dashboard of that like every day. I don't want to wait until the end of the month. I want to know, am I winning or not? That is the, classic Stephen Covey covenant for success. Like, can you easily understand if you are winning or losing, right? And right now I can tell you, it's not that easy for me to understand if I'm winning or losing. I would say I'm winning-ish, which is not clear. Right? I want to know exactly how much I am winning or losing. Okay. The next one is printing labels. This is very interesting because I used to do, print the label, cut it in half, tape it on. I graduated to one Dymo printer. Now I have somebody else printing the labels for me. It takes a lot of time and you have to understand. So now I have processes set up. So when labels are low, I automatically reorder because I don't have very much space where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out how to run a 7-figure company in like 750 square feet, right? Very challenging, right? So every single square inch matters. And I can tell you for sure, there's plenty of space. After looking at how ridiculously efficient some stores are, they're running people are running amazing eBay stores out of their bedroom, like, multiple 6-figure stores with 200 square feet, right? So it can be done. You just have to really understand your processes. You can't have extra stuff. I only have 1 month worth of boxes, which is probably even too much. But I do have very high ceilings and I'm tall, so that does help. I have more vertical space, but again, printing labels is another process I think you guys need to really think about how you do it. Your packaging process, your shipping, your picking, all that matters. Try to reduce your transportation time. If you guys look at like Amazon or BHFO, the items come to them, right? They're not going to go grab the item. It comes to them. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm glad that you guys are stopping by. I'm glad that you guys are coming to check it out. And I will be providing more and more value because that is what I want. I want to do that. That's what I want my channel to be. I want it to be as informative as possible in the shortest amount of time as possible. I was dragging out the ad revenue, but I don't need the ad revenue. So like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So I'm just going to be as concise as I can, although I am long-winded. All right. So the next thing is customer service. This is hard, okay, because it's your business, it's your baby. No one's really going to care about it like you, right? No one's going to say, sorry, I sent you a hat instead of a pair of shoes. I'm very sorry. Please keep the hat and let me figure out what happened with your shoes tomorrow. And I apologize for the inconvenience. Please don't leave me a negative feedback and ruin my life, right? That's hard to explain to somebody else to do it for you. But I will tell you, this year, I've been out of town probably 3 months. A lot of trips this year, and it was very complicated. So I had a lot of time away from my business, but I was successfully able to pass on customer service to somebody else, right? Without getting any negative feedback. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I have still been able to avoid or fix customer issues, even though somebody else is handling that first handoff of an issue, because I'm running at probably a 3% defect rate. And the reason for that is I sell on multiple platforms. I'd love for it to be zero. Some people say, I don't have any defects. I'm not like that. I'm not perfect. I have 3% defects, meaning like it double sells, or I can't find it, or it's damaged, or the condition is not correct because we described it wrong. It's not a 3% defect rate on eBay. I'm just saying overall. And I did what eBay recommended, which was rotate the defect. Like if you're a multi-platform seller, we understand. Look at all the big stores. What are their negative feedback? Ran out of stock. That is really the 99% of negative feedback for big stores, and that's because they sell on more than one platform. So their systems need to be tight so that they can end it quickly on different platforms. That's not easy. Okay, so customer service is crazy, but it is a time suck. It takes up a lot of time. In all of the processes that I do, that takes the longest because I have to figure out what happened with their order, um, and why it was screwed up. That takes the most time. Listing, photography, sourcing, all the stuff I just talked about, the 8 other things I talked about. Those processes are very quick once you have a system set up. So again, hopefully this is useful, guys. Not a lot of people talk about these topics on YouTube. You see a lot of other stuff that I don't think matters as much, because when I look at the businesses that do super well, a lot of them are not on social media. They don't have anything fancy. They don't sell anything special. They just sell regular items. They just purchase wholesale, and most wholesale licenses are free. In the state of California, you can apply to be a tax exempt company for free. Um, it does cost $800 to run a corporation here, which is complicated, but again, like it's just very straightforward, guys. The stuff I just mentioned is how you make money reselling. I don't know. All the other stuff is really for free. You do not need social media. You do not need to do a lot of marketing campaigns. You don't need to do a lot of promotions. You don't need to sell multiple platforms. You don't need employees. You don't need a fancy lighting kit. You don't need any of that. But you do need to buy quality stuff, describe it properly, have good keywords, good photographs, good customer service, and fast shipping, right? But that stuff's kind of boring, so I apologize for this not being super lively. I'm not at the club. I don't have a Lamborghini in the background. I'm just trying to keep it real, guys. Sorry for being absent for a while, especially Jen, one of my favorite people. And I just feel really cool. I've been actually able to meet some of my subscribers. So if you guys ever see me in the wild, just come say hi. It's very cool connecting with real people. And I hope this is making an impact on your life. So if you do like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm going to take a few questions in the chat and see what everyone is doing. Duncan has somebody else sourcing for him. Again, this is how you grow. The largest stores in the world have people buying for them. Nordstrom, the owners don't source; they have buyers, right? So, I know. Sorry, I've been working on my business. I've been trying to grow it, so not going to make too many videos, but the ones I make, I want to be super useful for you guys. What's up, Justin? Thank you. You've been distracted again. Yeah, I want to repeat that, guys. Please write this down. An abundance of information equals a scarcity of attention. That's really important. And I have not been on social media at all, basically. I haven't been on Facebook one time in a month. I'm barely on Instagram. I went on Instagram, like I want to hop on the Instagram and post something useful and then hop off, but I'm not good at it. If I hop on the Instagram, I'm there for like an hour. I don't know how people are able to get onto it and then just hop off and not get distracted by it. And that's what I just mentioned, which was the abundance of information. Like it paralyzes me. I'm just like, I just keep scrolling. And with the story, I don't even have to scroll. I just have to stare at it and it just scrolls for me. It's a very much a time suck for me and I'm not good at it. So if you guys have any tips for how you can do it, let me know. I don't know how. That's why it's not on my phone right now. So yeah, so it is interesting. What's up, Brandon? Yes, so everyone please come to my forum, dailyrefinement.com. Click the forum. I am going to be more active in there. That is something that I want to do. I don't know if you guys know, but I do like writing. It's one of my main things. I've already written a book. I like writing, but again, writing doesn't pay very much. So I'm trying to build a business so I can spend more time on things I like writing. Let's see here. Hollywood Rage, what's up? Yeah, you got to keep it simple, definitely. Yeah, I'm not good at Instagram. Like I feel like at least I'm not good at Instagram not wasting my time. When I'm on there for a long time. I'm curious what other people are doing. And the people who I want to be usually aren't on Instagram. Some of them are, but like the people who have a 6, 7 figure business that have freedom and they're able to spend a lot of time with their family, that's what I'm looking for. I like, give you guys an example. Sam Carpenter worked the system. He's like a 50-year-old guy that was like a single custodial, I don't know what that's called, single custodial something, which means he was supposed to take care of his kids, but he's like 50, divorced, broke. He's like using his credit card to pay payroll in his company and about to die in his business. And then he figured it out, and now he has a business that operates with 40 employees, and he really only works a couple of hours a week, just paying the bills. He's been able to process turn everything into a process and have somebody else do it, and he fixed his life. Those I wanted to be friends with that guy, but he's not on Instagram. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying to balance that. It's very difficult. What's up, Brandon? Do you think selling on the wholesale portal on Poshmark is worth it? No, I do not. I don't think private label works that well on Poshmark. This is the reason I say that is because um, I I think less than 10 people have earned $1 million on Poshmark and private label. Again, I'm new to Poshmark. I don't know, right? I think less than 10 people have earned 7 figures on Poshmark. But if you look at Amazon, there's like tens of thousands of people who have earned 7 figures with their own product, right? So I don't think it's the right place to do wholesale and private label. They don't have the traffic that Amazon or eBay does for that thing. That's not to say that you can't earn a healthy 6 or 7 figure income. I'm just saying that it's very rare, right? If you're gonna go all in that route in the wholesale, I would look for a larger market. Um, that being said, Poshmark is pretty big, and I do earn a full-time living just on Poshmark. So if you guys are looking at my stores, you could probably guess my volume, but like you can make a living on any of these platforms. So um, yeah. So Keith is asking, or I ask, is there really work-life balance? And I'll tell you, kind of. You can have two things really, work and one thing else. So for me, it has been work and my girlfriend. That's it. I don't have time to do anything else. So I haven't been neglecting her. I've been doing the same dates with her for over 7 years now. Kind of like clockwork. I put a lot of work into that relationship because I feel like love is a verb. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but for me, it is a verb. So I'm always focused on putting the work there. I always want to be the best option. That's how I think about it with the relationships with people. That's how I think about relationships with my girlfriend, relationships with my customers on e-commerce. I want to be the best option. I want to be the best price with the best item shipped the fastest. That's what I want to be, right? I don't like, this is why I got mad at eBay, because I don't want to play the promoted listings game. I don't want to charge my customers more for the extra marketing cost. I don't want to do that. I want to just provide the best product at the best price and have it sell. I don't want to play the game of marketing. I would rather you just charge me more on the front end and just say 15% final value fees and PayPal structure. We'll just take 15% from you, or 20%, even better. Because at 20%, all the crappy resellers would struggle, okay? Because 20% is a lot, 30% even. If they took 30% of your profit, it would only be people who know what they're doing, and the whole like experience of eBay would go up. But that being said, so would the price, because people who don't know what they're doing usually sell stuff for too cheap and drive the market down, which is usually good for buyers. So I just don't want to play that game. That's why I've been mad at eBay and haven't been talking about them. That's one of the reasons why I changed from 10K on the bay. I don't know if you guys knew me before then, but I used to be 10K on the bay because I was trying to reach 10,000 items on eBay, which I think I still will. But I'm not as into it because I don't like promoted listings. That's the main thing. I prefer sites like, let's say, Mercari, where you can't pay for placement. That's the main it's the main thing. What's up, PK? Yeah, the 80-20 rule, I agree. But again, I think you can only do two things, work plus one thing else. That being said, I kind of combined training for a marathon. So yesterday was the first time I ran 10 miles. So my legs feel a little bit like jello right now, but that's all right. I'm excited. I'm averaging about a 10-minute pace. So I'm satisfied actually with a 10-minute pace. I'm not fast. So after we finish this, it's actually a half marathon. After I finish this half marathon, I'm not going to do long distance running anymore. I'm just going to try to improve my 5K time and then just call it a day. 5K is a good distance. I don't feel horrible after like running 10 miles. I actually, okay, this is what I think runner's high is. I haven't been running that long. I've only been running for 5 months. What I think runner's high is when you've been running for a long time and your body is inflamed and hurting and sore, but you don't feel sore. You just feel normal. That's runner's high. So it's like the adrenaline, all that stuff just makes you feel normal. You feel fine, happy, but you're actually in pain. So maybe there's a different euphoric state for running that I haven't achieved yet, but I'm satisfied with that. I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to run that long for 2 straight hours and then you feel fine. So I can see that running high being pretty cool. Let's see. Work and family. Yep, that's it, Steve. So my brother's in the chat right now. I'm like I really try to focus on what's important, and it's always worth my time to try to hang out with my brother, which is something that like you need to schedule. Like one of the reasons why one of the things I could do to improve my relationship with my brother is schedule time to talk, hang out more often, right? Instead of just whenever it's convenient, which is kind of what happens with this work-life balance thing. But I don't agree with that because if you don't schedule time for it, then it's not really important for you. So I really want to get into that. What's up, Ryan? Any tips on making connections with more well-known companies to buy bulk and wholesale? Yes. You need to act like a company. That's the main thing. Um, I have a close friend now, a close reselling friend that went from 0 to 6 figures a month in 1 year. Okay. And he did everything like a big company would do: proper corporation, warehouse, employees, Shopify store. He looks like a distributor, but he's not. He's just a two-person operation, but it looks like it. So he's become an authorized dealer for tons of major brands. I don't want to talk about his business too much, but he is a legit authorized dealer for lots of different brands as a 1 or 2 person show. Okay, so you need to represent yourself as somebody who can move product. They don't want to deal with people who only sell a couple hundred items a month. They want to deal with people who sell a couple hundred items a day. Um, it's just like everything. They want high ASP. They want $1 million orders, not $200 boxes of stuff for you to sell. What's up, Linda? What's up? Yeah, you guys are always welcome to email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I'm usually pretty good about emailing you back. Um, Thoughts on trade shows worth it? I think so. I went to Amazon ASD last year for the first time. Again, I've only been reselling for 2 years. So, and I spent 3 months of it meeting other resellers. So I would say that's a big hack. I've met so many people in the reselling community, probably everyone. Is there anyone, are there any, I haven't met like some of like, yeah, I haven't met Dallas Moore. I think he used to he runs a really big e-commerce company in Texas, but I have not ever met him or talked to him. But most of the other resellers or personalities I've met in person. So I made the effort to go see what they do because I want this to be my profession. Right? I want to sell stuff for a living forever. I like selling stuff. There's something really powerful about exchanging goods with somebody and getting that feedback. And just, I love it. I've been in sales my whole life and I want to do it forever. Let's see. Is there any other questions? Oh, Brandon pays the eBay, or Duncan pays his eBay fees daily. I don't do that every day. I do it whenever it hits 1,000 or more. I pay it off because it gets kind of scary. Um, how long till I've made $53 million? Man, at this rate, it won't happen in my lifetime. So I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to upgrade my mentality in order to make 53 million. That's a lot. So probably need a lot more staff to get there. Let's see. Awesome. Thrifty finds on a dime said I helped her find a higher ASP. But and this is important too. Like when I go back to the saying that I'm trying to drive into you guys' brains, an abundance of information equals a scarcity of attention. Last week was the first week in my entire um, career reselling that I did not do mastermind calls. Like I really needed a week to sit down and try to figure out reselling processes. And in 1 week, I basically doubled my store. So like that's what happens when you don't do anything for a week but one thing. I didn't make any YouTube videos. I didn't do any mastermind calls. And the thing is, I I took a break from my mastermind calls from helping the people in the group, or not even helping, but just facilitating a call. But now I think I have a lot of new ideas to share. So hopefully it ends up being a net value for the people in my group. If it doesn't, then they'll just leave and it won't be valuable to them anymore. But the idea is for me to do the research, give it to you guys so you can save some time on building your empires or your side hustle. When do I think it is right to get a warehouse? It depends on what your purpose is, right? You can get a fake warehouse like I did and just get a PO box with a real address. And I was able to open wholesale accounts without doing that. Okay, so you can hack your way into that. But again, it's different when you drive to work and you have employees working there. You have people that you need to help pay the bills. That's different. You're going to become a different person. The person that has 5 employees is a different person. They're probably not on social media because they don't have time. That person is usually also married with kids. It's very uncommon to find entrepreneurs that are not 50 years old and older with kids. That sounds weird because we see Facebook, you see Zuckerberg and all these young entrepreneurs doing stuff. That's not what I see when I'm out trying to meet people who are practitioners. They're 50 and over with families. Those are the people who've built businesses. It's taken them a long time. It's not that fast. Right? It's not really like young people. That's usually not. Young people have lifestyle hacked. I'm already beyond that. Like my passive income is greater than my bills already. I already figured out the lifestyle hack, but I haven't taken any days off. Like I'm not. The lifestyle hack just means you can work on something that you like. And I like doing this. So the I don't. You can only hang. What are you gonna do if you make more money than you need passively? You got to do something. I don't see how there's no benefit to just hanging out. Um, Jen, go to sleep. Um, we'll talk soon. Yeah, the UK is awesome. I went earlier this year. I can tell you that bangers and mash in an English pub is the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. Please, guys, visit the UK. The weather is dreadful, as they would say, but it doesn't matter. It's just amazing. Go there, have bangers and mash at a local pub, and just soak it in. Um, let's see. Wondering about a price range for bulk used clothing for purchase. Okay, so I just got a box, and I mean I've had it for a while, and I just barely listed it, and I need to do a review. Um, Used clothing bulk is scary. It's so hard to say what you would pay. I don't know. It depends on what's in it. It's very hard to do that. You have to have really clean systems in order to buy bulk used clothing. It's very hard. I'm trying to do that, and it is much harder. I wish I had just started with brand new stuff, but it's too late now. I already have a large pre-owned store. Um, wow, she increased her listings from 1,000 to 2,000 on Posh. I should break 4,000 active on Posh this week, if that gives you guys an idea of how much I've been working. So it's very hard to do it, but you can get there. Oh, that's a good question. So Jennifer is asking if it hurts her eBay account, counter offering or declining. Um, you get a boost if you get an offer, and you get a boost if you counter. I don't think you get penalized for declining, but you don't get another boost. Because an item that gets offers is more likely to sell. So eBay starts to promote that more, if that makes sense for you guys. eBay doesn't want to waste traffic. If they see your item is getting offers, they're going to try to get it sold so they can collect their fee. That's their idea. If you decline, I honestly do not think that hurts you because you already got the boost from it being a popular item. Um, You started selling on Poshmark in July and already have over 1,000. You're wanting to start cross-listing, but it seems overwhelming. It's very hard. It's very hard. Like I said, I have defects, and it's not easy to do it without that. So I mean, there's people who will talk trash on me because I don't have a perfect record, but it's very hard. I don't know how you can do it. In the first 1,000 transactions, I had 40 defects, right? That's insanely high. Okay. No, okay. 40 defects. It wasn't 40 transactions because my average order on Poshmark is more than one. So, but again, it happens around 3% of the time for me where it sells on both platforms or whatever I am doing in my strategy. I have multiple platforms selling sometimes and it messes up the strategy. It's very overwhelming. You have to be very good at customer service so people don't get mad at you, and take care of your people because people are going to get upset when you don't deliver the goods, right? That's why I want to hop back on YouTube. I have a very, very awesome audience. I want to make sure you guys are getting value from me. But again, cross-platform stuff is very, very challenging. That's why I have not been on YouTube very much. It's very hard. Um, I know it's difficult. Trying to find help on your is comes down to clarity of the job. Um, I have been doing this. Hopefully this helps. Write a job description, post it. Pay the $10 for Craigslist, pay the $50 for Monster, post it the ad, or you can go to upwork.com and post it for free. Start going through what people respond. They're gonna say, I'm confused. Explain what this process is. Because people want to make as much money as possible. The best way to do it is commission based. Like, I'm going to pay 30 cents for this. And people are like, okay, I want to make $1,000,000. How can I do 300,000 of those for you every day for 100 days? People are going to ask you, and then they're going to break your processes, and then you'll improve. That's the best part of hiring people. I mean, I hired people as soon as I started because I recognize that my time is worth more than every single position in the eBay store, except for buying. Okay, buying is everything. Everything else is a $15 to $25 an hour job max. Also, one more thought for me. I love Paul Akers, and he and Sam Carpenter, the guys that I are like my gurus right now. They pay double market for their people. Okay, so the average eBay worker makes $11 an hour. Because look at statistics of what eBay people make, Posh people make, $11 an hour or less. Okay, so I want to pay $25 an hour. So I need my people to be that productive. But what that does is I have really high quality people applying. Okay, because I'm like, you need to know exactly how to make money for me in this. And when you're paying somebody that much, they're gonna ask better questions. Like, okay, what does the work environment look like? What's your setup look like? If you hire people for $10 an hour, they're like, um, when can I leave? When's the latest I could get there? Is it okay if I don't come? That's not what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for somebody more reliable. So you sort of get what you pay for. It's very challenging. Do I now prefer Posh over eBay? Yeah, that is a good question. No. Overall, no. Overall, I prefer eBay to Posh because it has every kind of item. Actually, I can give you 3 reasons why. I prefer eBay over Poshmark because there's no sharing. Okay, so I don't have to spend as much time doing that. I also feel like eBay has a larger traffic overall, right? So you can sell more. It's less time consuming. Um, Actually, I'll give you 3 reasons: less time consuming. You don't have to share, and I do like the fact that you could turn promotions on and make more money if you need the cash flow. You can't really do that on Poshmark. You can't run a sale for your whole store. There's no option to do that. You can't run if I did a 10% off in my Posh store, it would be ridiculous, but there's no way to do that. There's no volume tools, right? It's not designed for that. Well, I do like Posh over eBay, just like you said, better prices, right? Less customer service, less printing label work, less accounting, right? So I like both, but neither of them are my favorite platforms. Let's see. You work over 12 and a half hour shifts as a nurse. and you can't have your phone on the floor. Okay, this is gonna, I mean, I always get in trouble for stuff I say online, but one of the best ways to grow your Poshmark business is to not use it on your phone ever. It's a very big time suck. And you're not gonna get in trouble if you only respond once a day. Like it makes you feel like you need to respond right away, but you don't. Like I have hmm, I have a significant amount of experience on Poshmark, but I'm still relatively new. But again, I still haven't had any issues if I respond once or twice a day, right? Instead of being on my phone all day. That's not how you do it, because everyone who does well on Poshmark, from what I have seen, lists from their computer. Okay, so they don't do anything from their mobile because it's just not that fast. Um, Daniel moved to a warehouse and hired two full-time guys. It's been stressful, but it focused. Yeah, exactly. So if you hire two people, you have to step up and take care of those people. Unless you're a deadbeat person, which most of us are not. We're genuinely listening to my channel right now because you want to make more money for your family. Hopefully, that's the reason that you're here. If you're here for a different reason, you may want to unsubscribe, because that's the purpose of us being here together. Um, let's see. You're just very particular, and it doesn't seem hard to me. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. I want. This is scary. Okay, Paul Akers is like my guy. He will let somebody walk off the street into his company and run $100,000 machine because the instructions are that clear. I am not comfortable with that. Okay, like I don't even want them touching anything unless like I'm watching them in the beginning. That's silly. That's not how businesses operate. You want to create your procedures clean enough that everyone can do it. I'm going to shout out Kyle from Luxus and Invoco. I met him at the recent eBay meeting, and his store is awesome. I don't know if I'm allowed to share his username, but it's Luxus and Invoco. He's a cool dude, and he has 4 people working for him, almost a passive business. Okay, they buy items, they sell items, they list items, they ship items. That's not easy, right? And of course, oh man, this is so awesome. I'm gonna I really want to swear, but I don't want to piss off people. So I heard this relationship advice, which is awesome, which is there's no such thing as the one. Okay, there's no such thing as the one. It's not, there is no one. You're always going to see somebody or someone or something that you want to do, no matter how faithful you are or whatever. You don't act upon it, but there's more than one. There's a lot of people. So what you do is you find like a 6.2 and you round them up to a 10, and then you just live with that and you do the best you can. That's what you do with employees. You just find a 6 out of 10 and round them up. That's how you do it. There is no perfect person. There's no one is like that. Everyone sucks. People are just better at hiding it. Some people are just better at hiding it. It's one of my favorite sayings. Let's see. Sai, what's up? Um, yeah, it's really, really challenging. What is the best time of the year to quit? Never. Do not quit your job. Like, I don't need reselling income. That's a massive, massive, massive advantage. So like, and it stresses me out because I have to spend 30 hours a week on stuff that's not related to reselling. But it's okay because you just need to do that in the beginning. It's just hard. It's hard in the beginning. There's no work-life balance in the beginning of building something. Do I sell on Amazon? Definitely. Um, definitely. Amazon is for sure my favorite platform. It's funky, just like every other platform, but still my favorite. Nick, you may want to refresh it if you don't hear the audio. If you guys are still here, please like, and also check out my forum, forum.dailyrefinement.com. I think that's what the URL is. But we're in there talking about real stuff, no fluff. You can ask any question you want. I'm not going to censor anything, but just try to keep it reseller related or life improvement related. Um, let's see here. What's up, Linda? Yes, so okay, I'm gonna hop off, guys. I gotta get a lot of stuff to do tonight. As you can see, I got some decent lighting in here. So it is 8 p.m. here, but I have a lot of stuff to do before my call tomorrow and get a bunch of stuff shipped. And again, I am going to do some more videos now, but more specific. And I'm trying to attract people who earn 6 figures or more net. Right. So if you guys know anybody like that, or you are running a larger e-commerce business, please reach out. That way I can become that person. You just arrive at the environment that you hang out in. Okay, so trying to get a bigger fishbowl right now. That's where I'm at, guys. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking the video and watching. If you guys are new to my channel, I just talk about balancing a life around building a reselling business. Everyone take care.